The most well-known figures at Fox News are known for their ferocious arguments, audacious viewpoints, and situations that garner media attention. When the cameras stop filming, though, who do they return home to? You won't believe who some of these commentators and anchors are actually sharing their lives with. From stunning flings that never made it on television, to secret power couples. Rumors of a secret affair in the media reportedly surfaced, while another celebrity is rumored to be discreetly seeing a millionaire heir. What secrets are these Fox News couples concealing? And who is actually dating whom? Let's investigate. Albert Pirro and Judge Jeanine Pirro. Let's start with Jeanine Pirro, who viewers and supporters frequently refer to as Judge Jeanine. Before joining The Five as a rotating co-host, she hosted Justice with Judge Jeanine on Fox News for more than 10 years. She was well known for her controversial remarks, unwavering backing of Donald Trump, and constant criticism of the Department of Justice and FBI. Her remarks were actually included in the defamation lawsuit against Dominion Voting Systems, which cost Fox News around $800 million. However, Jeanine's long-term marriage to Albert J. Pirro Jr. is another aspect of her notoriety. In the 1970s, while attending Albany Law School to study law, they first crossed paths. After being married in 1975, the couple soon rose to prominence as a power couple in New York. While Albert was a well-known lobbyist and real estate lawyer who developed political connections and raised money for various Republican organizations and clients like Donald Trump, Jeanine was the district attorney for Westchester County. They had 2 children, but are well known and occasionally criticized for leading an opulent lifestyle, frequently attending social gatherings and political fundraisers. However, this soon became an issue for the pair. Albert Pirro was charged with 34 charges in 1999, including conspiracy and evasion for filing false returns and deducting over $1.2 million in personal expenses. In June 2000, he was found guilty and given a 29-month prison sentence. However, he was freed after 11 months due to good behavior. He was pardoned by Trump prior to his departure in 2021. It wasn't until Jeanine's involvement in the notorious Lovebug controversy in 2006 that their marriage experienced another major issue. She reportedly accused Albert of having an affair and conspired with former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik to place a bug on his boat. Although she was not charged, it left a significant stain on their lives. Their 32-year marriage ended amid this scandal, but they didn't get a divorce until 2013. Unfortunately, their marriage didn't last for very long. In contrast to Anne Lee Hayhart and Sean Hannity, our next Fox News celebrity, who has just started dating. Since the inception of Fox News in 1996, Sean Hannity has been a mainstay, first anchoring Hannity and Columns alongside Alan Colmes. Then in 2009 he began hosting Hannity, a primetime program of his own name that is regarded as one of the best-rated cable news shows during its time slots. Every night, his show shaped conservative narratives with lengthy monologues and legal and political research. Hannity is also the host of The Sean Hannity Show, a radio show. He is well known for being a strong supporter of Donald Trump and for frequently promoting disputes such as birtherism and claims that the government is conspiring against him. He has received a lot of criticism throughout the years as a result of them. However, Sean's romance with Annesley Hayhart is what made him famous outside of his part in Fox. Around 2019, they began dating in private. However, when they arrived by helicopter for a Fox wedding at Trump National Golf Course in New Jersey, they stunned everyone with their stunning public presence. Annesley also aired Fox and Friends from Sean's home studio throughout the pandemic. They both stated that the public should grant them privacy so that they could have a discreet relationship, but by 2020, their connection was widely known. Sean proposed to Annesley at their Florida home church on Christmas Day of 2024. With the help of their kids and ex-spouses, they formally announced their engagement. They currently maintain a long-distance relationship with Annesley in Manhattan and Sean in Florida. Typically, they get together on the weekends. Although there haven't been any significant scandals involving the pair, Sean has been embroiled in a few Fox News-related incidents. In 2018, he appeared on television to support Michael Cohen, without revealing that Cohen was his attorney. A scandal resulted from this ethical transgression. Additionally, he was mentioned in the slander case against Dominion Voting Systems. Annesley, on the other hand, was married to former Clemson quarterback Will Proctor until they divorced in 2019 over adultery claims. Their daughter is happy with her relationship with Sean, and they are still co-parenting her. The spouse of the next Fox News star will surprise you though. Guilfoyle Kimberly and Trump Jr. From 2006 until the middle of 2018, Kimberly Guilfoyle co-hosted The Five and was well known as a legal analyst, alongside other well-known Fox News personalities like Dana Perino and Andrea Tantaros. She was a conservative voice due to her self-assured opinion and legal background. However, she finally quit Fox News due to sexual harassment claims. She settled a $4 million sexual harassment lawsuit in 2018 after a former assistant accused her of inappropriate behavior, including forcing her to visit her apartment, stripping, making explicit sexual remarks, and pressuring her to perform sexual acts. Kimberly has now joined super PACs that support Trump. This leads us to Donald Trump Jr., her life partner and the current president's son. Don Jr. and Kimberly first crossed paths in New York social circles in 2007, and their kids even went to the same private school. However, the two did not develop a romantic relationship until years later. In 2018, not long after Kimberly left Fox News and Don Jr. split from Vanessa Trump, they formally began dating. They were seen on the campaign trail throughout the 2018 midterm elections and the 2020 election after announcing their relationship on Instagram. They were engaged on New Year's Eve in 2020, but they didn't make the news public until 2022. They sold their Hamptons and moved into a $9.7 million Jupiter, Florida house. It was also disclosed. Kimberly frequently discusses their relationship, stating that she typically takes care of their mixed family's children, cooks, does laundry, and prepares coffee. Although none of them acknowledged it, there were some speculations in late 2024 that they had broken up and separated. Fans are now keeping an eye on them to see if they've split up or if they'll get married soon. However, our next relationship has stuck together, perhaps because her partner is still discreet, just like some of these Fox News celebrities, Tony Berlin and Harris Faulkner. After joining Fox News in 2005, Harris Faulkner went on to host a number of programs, including The Faulkner Focus, Outnumbered, Outnumbered Overtime, and Fox Report Weekend. The only black woman to anchor consecutive cable shows was her. She has won 6 Emmys and is anchoring America's Most Wanted Missing Persons this year. Harris appears to have a fairly successful family life, in addition to her job with Fox News. In 2001, while she was still working as a nightly anchor at ABC affiliate KSTP, she met Tony Berlin, who was working as an investigative reporter at CBS station WCCO. Tony proposed to her on the shores of Lake Superior in 2002, after they had been friends for a while. They were married in a private ceremony in Arizona on April 12, 2003. After transitioning from journalism to public relations, Tony established Berlin Media Relations in 2011 and has since served as its CEO and media advisor to a variety of industry clients. They reside in New Jersey and have 2 daughters, Bella and Danica. Their family blends Jewish and Christian customs, making them distinctively multiracial and interfaith. Over the years, Harris has been embroiled in a number of scandals and controversies, most of which have to do with Fox News rather than her family. Tony, her husband, has always kept a low profile, concentrating on his family and the PR firm while assisting his wife's profession. For example, she filed a lawsuit against Hasbro in 2015 over a hamster toy called Harris Faulkner that was part of the company's Littlest Pet Shop line. As a result, the item was forced to be discontinued. By 2020, she disconnected N. Gingrich, a guest on her program, and was forced to apologize live. She issued a public apology by 2023 for unexpectedly releasing the police body camera footage of Paul Pelosi's assault. Her career has not been adversely impacted by any of these problems. The majority of Fox News celebrities and their life partners have either recently met and are still married, or they were married for a long period before splitting or divorcing. However, our next Fox News star has a lengthy history of romance, dating back to high school. Susan Andrews and Tucker Carlson. After nearly 20 years at Fox News, Tucker Carlson presented Tucker Carlson Tonight from 2016 until his departure in April 2023. With its controversial monologues, criticism of liberal and conventional conservative elites, and endorsement of Donald Trump's populist agenda, his show became the network's top-rated primetime program. After leaving Fox, Tucker moved on to platforms, including X and his streaming show Tucker. He also co-founded Daily Caller. At the age of 15, Tucker and his present wife, Susan Andrews, met at St. George's School in Rhode Island. At one point, Tucker claimed to be America's cutest 10th student. They remained long-distance lovers throughout college, and 6 months before Tucker's graduation, they became engaged. After being married in 1991, They have been parenting their 4 children, Lily, Buckley, Poppy, and Dorothy, together for the past 30 years. Susan left her career behind in order to focus on her family. She prioritizes her family's safety and privacy and is hardly ever in the spotlight. Although Tucker has encountered several problems at work, the pair has never been involved in a scandal. The Dominion Voting defamation deal, which led to Tucker's termination from Fox News, was one of his major controversies. A month after off-air video of him using derogatory language and slurs against women and political rivals was leaked. Additionally, in the 1990s, an unidentified woman accused Tucker of abuse, but eventually withdrew her claim. There was no legal action, and Tucker denied it. The biggest problem for Susan came when her father was under investigation for failing to disclose sexual assault at St. George's School. More renowned for their charitable endeavors than any scandals are our next Fox News star and his life companion, Amy Bayer and Bret Baier. After previously working as a Pentagon and White House correspondent, Bret Baier replaced Brit Hume as anchor of Special Report with Bret Baier in 2009. In contrast to other Fox News programming that emphasizes individual viewpoints, his daily show is a pure news presentation with an emphasis on politics, interviews, and analysis. In early 2025, Bret's show had an average of about 3.5 million viewers, and he has done interviews with world leaders like Mohammed bin Salman and Zelensky. Despite a few catastrophes, his personal life is somewhat low-key in comparison to his well-known job. In October 2002, he went to a Rolling Stones performance with his wife, Amy Bayer, on a blind date set up by mutual acquaintances. He lived in Washington, D.C., and she lived in Chicago, notwithstanding their separation. Due to Bret's postings in Afghanistan and Iraq, they had a long-distance romance. They became engaged in 2003 and were married in Chicago in 2004. Paul and Daniel are the couple's 2 sons at the moment. The family has had a difficult time since their oldest son, Paul, was born with several congenital heart problems. After a life-threatening aneurysm was discovered in 2024, he underwent a number of procedures, including an emergency procedure. Bret became even more dedicated to his family and charity as a result of this incident. After working as a media and fashion planner, Amy is currently a board member of the Children's National Hospital Foundation, where she actively promotes pediatric health care. With Bret concentrating on his job and public persona, the pair has avoided any trouble. Amy, meanwhile, concentrates on her humanitarian endeavors and provides her husband with backstage support. Both Peter McMahon and Dana Perino prioritize caring for their family, particularly their oldest son. After serving as President Bush's White House press secretary, Dana Perino began working as a political analyst for Fox News in 2009. He has since co-hosted The Five and served as anchor of America's Newsroom and The Daily Briefing. She is well known for her elegant, composed delivery. She is well known for her connection with British immigrant Peter McMahon. They were sitting next to each other on a Denver to Chicago trip in 1997 when they first met. When Peter was 43 and Dana was 25, and just starting her political career, she recalls being captivated to his accent and his kind demeanor, asking herself, he's not wearing a wedding ring, and he has a British accent. They moved together as her career developed until she began working at Fox News, and the following year they were married after beginning a long-distance romance. As she pursued her character, Peter, who later obtained U.S. citizenship, helped her with briefing preparation and provided steadiness. The pair, who have relocated to New Jersey, are in love. Dana once declared that her greatest choice in life was to move for love. Since Dana and Peter lead a low-key private life, they haven't been involved in any significant scandals. However, there have been several scandals in Dana's career, such as in 2015, when she and her co-host Kimberly Guilfoyle made bogus allegations that climate scientists had falsified temperature data. Additionally, there were speculations that she was departing The Five because of a disagreement with Sean Hannity, but this was later shown to be untrue. Despite her share of scandals, our next Fox News star has never been involved with her husband, Megyn Kelly, or Doug Brunt. Megyn Kelly began working for Fox News in 2004 as a legal analyst on a special report with Brit Hume. She advanced through the ranks fast, appearing on Weekend Live and The O'Reilly Factor. She started America Live in 2010. The Kelly File, a primetime hour of live news commentary and investigative stories, followed in 2013. On a blind date set up by mutual acquaintances in 2006, she married Doug Brunt, a former CEO and best-selling author. After 14 months, he he proposed after they clicked. In 2008, they were married in New York. The 3 children the couple has together, Edward, Yardley, and that Thatcher, were all created through in vitro fertilization. In an interview, Meghan once joked that she feared Doug might be a serial killer and questioned whether he was too good to be true before realizing he was the appropriate partner. Behind the scenes, Doug is always there to help Meghan. In addition, he has written a biography of Rudolph Diesel and conducts a Sirius XM podcast. They maintain good communication and harmony in their relationship and reside in Connecticut with their kids. There haven't been any public controversies between Meghan and Doug because she continues to be in the spotlight and Doug continues to help her while working. However, over her career, Meghan has caused a number of issues. She drew a lot of outrage in 2013 when she claimed that Jesus and Santa were white. She then advocated blackface as a legitimate Halloween costume for kids in 2017, which led to a lot of anger and the cancellation of her show. She left NBC as a result of this when she was there. Her interview with Alex Jones that same year sparked a lot of criticism, particularly when they discussed the Sandy Hook tragedy. Meghan has faced criticism most recently for dubbing Jennifer Lopez a soft porn star and disparaging her. Goodfeld. Greg and Musa Elena. In Fox News primetime program, Greg Goodfeld is a prominent presence. Since its debut in 2021, his nightly political satire chat show Gutfeld has grown to become the highest-rated late-night program in the United States. Along with other Fox News celebrities, he co-hosts The Five. His caustic wit and commentary were on display in his cult favorite, The Red Eye, which he presented prior to that. In addition to his live marriage, which has lasted more than 20 years, he has long been renowned for fusing humor with political commentary. During a work trip to Portugal in 2004, Greg first met Elena Musa. He claims that after 3 days of attempting to strike up a conversation, he simply knew she was the one. Before moving to the US to pursue a career in fashion style and design, Elena, who was born in Russia, worked as a photo editor for Maxim Russia. She earned her degree in 2017. They met in December 2004 and were married just 5 months later. They have been married in private for almost 20 years. Greg was 60 years old when they welcomed their first child, a daughter called Mira, 20 years into their marriage. Additionally, they have a new bulldog named Gus that was adopted in 2022 and has been on film a few times. To make room for their expanding brood, they relocated to a $10.5 million Soho loft in 2024. Greg hasn't been involved in any problems with his wife, but he is notorious for stirring up controversy with his thought-provoking remarks. He proposed that the conservatives take back the term Nazi in 2025. Despite being a joke, it received a lot of negative feedback. Additionally, he received a lot of flack in 2023 for trivializing the Holocaust, particularly by claiming that victims of the concentration camps had survived by being helpful. He made some disparaging remarks regarding Canada's military efforts early in his career. Shortly after Canadian soldiers lost their lives in Afghanistan, these Fox News stars and their life partners have everyone's attention. Which of these power couples on Fox News is your favorite? Please share your opinions in the comments section. For more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Click the following video that appears on your screen as well. You'll like it.